let's look at one of the elements of Bath play that can either be fantastic for them or actually cause them some problems. Lawrence, we used to have a special name for this play in the good old days. It was called the...
It was the pee-off ball. I think it's
pee-off.
Which means pass-behind ball.
Yes,
yeah?
pass-behind ball.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at a few of the examples. Bath do this very well. Here's a great example with early on in the game against Sale, and it's a Bendenon coming round the corner. If we roll this on, watch how a Bendenon here just gets around the outside channel. It's easier to see if we look from the hide behind, actually. We won't see it this time. But here's an example of how it doesn't work. When you don't take the ball all the way to the line, and you just get defenders watching the play and you number off, you don't get to the outside. So this is obviously a ploy that you use quite a lot. And do you have special calls for it? You don't have to call us the name, but how does it work for you?
Yeah, I think the idea there is that the guy, as you say, goes to the line, the 10 or the 12 goes to the line, and then put it behind the guy who comes close. And that second example you saw there is just the option runner. So you can hit the option runner or hit behind. Sarri's, great defensive work there. I think they would have had either the guy out the back or the guy coming through the middle.
I think the reason it works so well is you've got George Ford, one of the best attacking 10s at taking the ball really flat on the line, and obviously Carl Eastman that we talked about earlier on.
OK, so let's give you some examples of how it looks, actually. Here's our pack over here, the breakdown. I've got my two runners out in the back. You probably wouldn't be here that often during the game. But let's just look at the first example, and when the defender actually reads the play and steps off onto the defender. This happens when, hold on there, this happens when you don't take the ball to the line as quickly and you allow the defence to just make their minds up and see the play revolve in front of them. Evolve, not revolve. Let's play. So the ball comes out. I'm forward. I'm taken to the butt line. I look for the decoy, and I don't get it right. I'm not at enough speed. This guy here, Kyle Eastman, he's got the ability, if he does get into that wide channel, to distribute again. Let's see what it looks like when you do it at full speed and you get into a decent pocket and you take the ball to the line. So you might need to move back a bit. Here we go. We go all the way to the line. And again, you just pull the ball back. The defender's stepped in. But what that does give you, Stuart, is it gives you the opportunity, because now this defender, albeit she is a fantastic defender, if she has to keep making her mind up between two of you, if she guesses, she gets in trouble, and it often looks like this, doesn't it? You can hit the short ball with either of you two runners with the guy behind the back. So let's say this defender, Bath do this really well. They do a set-up play where they'll put it behind the back or they'll throw a wide pass, and then they just watch this defender to see what they do. So we take the ball to the line again. I've got my Kyle Eastman behind. He looks behind and he just gives a short ball, and through Lawrence goes through the first hole in 15 years. That was a fantastic break, Lawrence.
Because I got the first pass. I got the first pass from Austin.
I really think that this weekend Gloucester will have watched that. They will have seen what Sale did to you on a few occasions, where they just backed off and let the play evolve in front of them, and you didn't take the ball to the gain line. Is that something that you've spoken about?
Yeah, I think the key to that is the point you made there about the guys in this position being able to watch that defender and really see what they do. Because it's one of those things where whatever the defence does, if the guy who's got his hands on the ball can read what the defender does, there's going to be a hole somewhere, whether it's through the middle or around the outside.
And earlier on in the season, we saw the likes of Eastman. He looks up, he sees that there's 2 second rows in just outside that sort of bodyguard area, and he'll identify and target that gap.
I think it's good coaching, because there's no better fly half, for me, actually, in world rugby, in being completely contained in that pocket than George Ford. He can make a split decision right at the very last second, and I think he's one of the best in the world at that.